What's going on, football fans? We're back again with game preview number 2 of the day. We're going to be talking about the Chargers and the Chiefs. Now, both of these teams are sitting at 7-6, tied atop the AFC West. So this is kind of a huge deal in terms of potential playoff seeding. AFC West possible champion. The AFC West is kind of a logjam with the three teams, Chiefs, Chargers, and Raiders. The Chiefs started off so hot. The Chargers have won 4 in a row, and it's not about how you start, it's how you finish. And right now, they look like the best team in the AFC West. Actually look like the most, I guess you can say, consistent team in the AFC West. And then we have the Raiders here at 6-7, who also have a big game, and we will be highlighting their game this week as well. Now, looking at this game, this matchup, the Chargers are coming off a victory over the Redskins, and the Chiefs are coming off of a victory over the Raiders. So, looking at this game here, there's a lot of key things to look at here in terms of interior matchups, outside matchups. There's just a lot of fun things to look at. Philip Rivers is probably playing the best ball of his career. Honestly, this running game is doing its thing kind of a little bit. This offensive line is giving Philip the time, and Keenan Allen is emerging as finally a healthy wide receiver in the NFL. I know he's been hurt the last couple of seasons, and when he's not hurt, he's among one of the best pass catchers in the league. And this defense is really good with Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram on the outside. They can get to the quarterback. This is probably the best, one of the best pass defense, not the best. The best is Jacksonville. One of the best pass defenses in the NFL. I don't think they've allowed a 100-yard receiver all year. And on the Chiefs side, they're struggling a little bit. I know they got the victory last week. They finally ran the ball a little bit more with Kareem Hunt as they got him going. Alex Smith is still playing really well. I don't understand why some people, the Chiefs fan base, is calling for him and calling for Patrick Mahomes to step in. It's not really his fault. I would put a lot of this blame on that defense and the offensive line not giving him enough time to open up the holes for Kareem Hunt. This defense has been a little leaky in terms of yardage. This defense is not the same defense that we thought it was. I know the loss of Eric Berry has been huge. Marcus Peters has not played like the lockdown corner that he should be, or that he has been. And this team is struggling a little bit. I'm surprised. Luckily, they've still been able to hold on to the AFC West lead, but here we go. So jumping into this matchup, the three key matchups here. We're going to start with the Chiefs offensive line versus that Chargers pass rush. Now, Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram is probably one of the best 1-2 tandems in terms of pass rushers on the outside. These two guys do cause a lot of havoc, wreak a lot of havoc. With this defense, though, it's all about getting to the quarterback. I believe that they're one of the bottom teams in the NFL in terms of rushing yards allowed. So these guys focus on getting to the quarterback first, play the run second, or play the run on the way to the quarterback, which really isn't a key for a recipe for success. But it's they're able to do what they've been able to do. They've won 4 straight. They're doing okay. 7-6, tied for first in the AFC West. Now, for the Chiefs, they have to be able to block those two guys and open up, maybe some draw plays will open up, with Kareem Hunt. Some quick inside handoffs because you want to kind of avoid rushing outside because Joey Bosa plays the run really well. Melvin Ingram has been playing the run really well. So maybe your best success is running halfback dives, things like that. Blocking those two guys in terms of the passing game, if you get in third and long, is going to be a bit of a problem because the back four or five can really cover. They keep those guys in check. They keep them below 100 yards total as receivers. They're very stingy. So, when you have stingy cornerbacks, they're able to free up the pass rush to get to the quarterback. And, pass rush and pass coverage go hand in hand. You get a good rush, forces the quarterback to release the ball early, forcing turnovers, quick passes, things, the ball out before you're ready. Things like that. The number 2 key matchup here. Philip Rivers and his receivers versus the Chiefs secondary. Now, Philip Rivers has been playing great ball over the last 4, 5, 6 weeks. He's been able to really attack a lot of these pass defenses that he's faced recently. He's playing really well. He has a really great set of receivers: Keenan Allen, Tyrell Williams, 2 good tight ends, Antonio Gates and Hunter Henry. Melvin Gordon gets involved in the pass game. Aaron Eckler gets going in the passing game. So there's a lot of weapons for him. As long as he gets the time necessary, he has a great chance to win some of these games. Um, so in terms of what Philip Rivers can do, it's going to be getting the ball out to these guys. Let those guys work in space. I'm pretty sure Marcus Peters will travel with Keenan Allen, but that opens up Tyrell Williams, Antonio Gates, Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry has played really well recently too. Philip has been able to find him. I think he had 5 catches for 75 yards last week. So look for him to kind of work the seams in the middle here, middle of the field here. I don't really think that the Chiefs really have anybody that can cover both of these tight ends, so that'll be interesting to watch. And a third and final key matchup here is going to be the Chiefs' run defense versus Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon hasn't really been able to get going. I know that they've had some leads, so they've been able to run the ball and work clock more. So Melvin Gordon is not quite having the year that he had last year, where he was one of the league leaders, I believe, or one of the top 5 to 10 guys in terms of touchdowns on the season. But he hasn't been able to get it going much this year. So this could be a game where he can get it going and open up some play action for Philip. In terms of what they can do through the air and in the ground. The ground game works well with a good passing game, and when you have a good passing game, it should open up the running game, because you can't bring a safety down into the box. So for Melvin Gordon, it's going to be about getting 4, 5, 6 yards a carry. Keep the offense ahead of the chains in front of downs and distance, and they have a great chance to win this game. I think that this is a game where Melvin Gordon can get over 100 yards against this defense. This defense did play well last week against the Raiders. I don't know what's wrong with the Raiders this year. I picked them to win the AFC West, but I think that Melvin Gordon could have a big game in this game in terms of total yards. Now, our 3 reasons why for this game, let's go ahead and start with the Chiefs. For the Chiefs, it's going to be about forcing Philip to get the ball out before he's ready and forcing a couple turnovers. When Philip has to run for his life, it kind of creates some problems, because he's not very mobile, and he's not as great a guy as is, because of his funky throwing motion. I think it kind of, makes it weirder for him to throw on the run. But in terms of what the Chiefs can do, they can send some blitzes, force him to get the ball out before he's ready, and it would really help this pass defense in terms of if you can get home and force him to throw the ball before he's ready. I think it'd be a huge advantage for this Chiefs defense if they're able to force a lot of incompletions in this game. Number 2, get Kareem Hunt going. If you can get him going like you were able to get him going last week in terms of some quick passes to him, some handoffs. If he's able to eat up some chunk yards like he was early in the season, force a couple missed broken tackles, they have a great chance to win this game. The running game is gonna have to be huge in this game because of how the Chargers are against the run. They're not one of the best teams, but they can stop it. They have been able to stop it recently. Obviously, it helps when your offense jumps out to a big enough lead that the other team has to abandon the run. But I think this game will be very close. I think that Hunt is going to have a very solid all-purpose game for the Chiefs to be able to win this game. And number 3, for the Chiefs, it's going to be about Alex Smith. Alex Smith has to be able to play efficiently and not turn the ball over in this game. I know he's not very much of a turnover quarterback. He's a very much game manager. But in terms of what he can do, he has to be able to play efficiently, convert third downs, keep your offense on the field. Always try to get points almost every possession, field goals, touchdowns, whatever you got to do, flip field position. It would be huge in this game. Now for the Chargers, Keenan Allen and Philip Rivers are going to be on the same page. It's going to be about finding Hunter Henry in the middle of the field. So if they're able to find Hunter Henry a lot in the middle field, if he's able to get 6 or 7 catches for like 80 yards, that's a win, because he's doing it all in the middle of the field, the dirty part of the field. And Philip, as such, has really trusted him, so he's turned into a very, very efficient, effective tight end in the NFL. Number 2 for the Chargers, it's going to be about getting that pressure on Alex Smith. Joey Bosa, Melvin Ingram, we're calling on you guys. The rushmen have to be able to force this game. That you already know that pass coverage is really good. So when these guys are able to create the pressure that is necessary, they can win this. They can win. They can win their one-on-one battles. You know that you can't double team really both of them because that limits the amount of receivers that you have going out on routes. So you're going to have to pick your guy that you're going to want to pick to double team. That means one of those guys is going to have one-on-one. So it's going to be up to the one-on-one battles in the trenches with Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram. Those guys have to be able to flip the game with sacks and forcing Alex Smith to get the ball out before he's ready. And number 3, Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon has to be a big part of this game plan. I feel like if he's a big part of this game plan, the Chargers can very much easily win. That includes swing passes, screen passes, running the ball effectively. Getting close to almost 100 yards of total offense in this game would be huge. A couple touchdowns, a touchdown or two would be great. I think they have a great chance to win the game if they're able to do that. My prediction for this game is I believe the Chargers will actually win this game, and I believe that that'll put them in the right step forward going forward as they try to make the playoffs. I think the Chargers will win this game. I think they'll win it 28-20. I like that this pass offense has gotten it going a lot lately. They already have a terrific pass defense in terms of coverage. If they're able to slow down the run, they have a great chance to win this game. I think that Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram are going to flip this game over with a huge strip sack turnover at one point in this game. So look out for that. That's going to be it for me. Chargers 28-20. Thank you for watching. I'm out. Peace.